Thank you for joining me. This is the Darden Check-In. I'm Phil Dietz. Today we're going to be speaking with Andrew Corral. Andrew is an associate with the firm. He's a licensed architect. He's been with us for 15 years. He's a young guy, started in the print room and has worked his way up. Andrew leads a lot of the technology and IT in the building, keeping people productive. And so I'm very interested to speak to him about what it was like transitioning to working from home and how he has worked with our third-party technology company. We work with J.I.T. Outsource to make that as smooth a process as possible while still managing his own projects. Also, Andrew is a lot of fun to talk to, so it'll just be nice to speak with one of my friends. Andrew, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Where are you right now? Are you in your house?
I am in my house. I'm at my desk, which I just got maybe a couple weeks ago, so that I'm not sitting at the kitchen table.
Where's the desk located? And also in the kitchen?
No, it's in the living room, so it's a few more steps away from the kitchen. So
that's good. Let's reduce the snack intake, right?
All the time. A minor amount. I can still go all the time, but yeah.
How's your family? How are the kids?
Yeah, they're doing great. This isn't much different for Tanya, but the kids, it's kind of like summertime for them, except for we still make them do work, which is not very popular right now. But their school district pretty much cut bait and said we're done for the year. So I think it's just Tanya and I are left kind of to teach them and keep them busy with schoolwork and all that, because I think 4 or 5 months is probably too long to go without any sort of learning. So
yeah. It's weird. It's weird for parents who have
Super
kids
weird.
that are in school, man, because it's, first of all, you want them to get that learning, that enriched, I don't know,
right. Yeah,
involvement that and you'd think you'd be able to offer that yourself, but it's actually quite challenging. We underestimate how tough it is, the work that teachers do. I mean, I will say I do. And then also childcare, if they're, while you are working, who is watching them, whether it's one or the other of the parents, or
sometimes it's Mr. Netflix, or
sometimes it's Mr. Netflix. That's right.
Yeah.
I feel you. So we're on day 26 now of working at home, and you are our guy for technology issues. If something is troubling you, you're the first point of contact for us to get it fixed, whether it's connecting to the network drives, your remote desktop, your laptop's not working,
your wireless mouse ran out of battery. And
your wireless, wow, really? Okay. That's great. But hey, problems large and small, we come to you. So tell me about, I want to kind of go through the last 4 weeks. And so that first week when we all started, nobody came into the office the next day. What was that first day, that first week like for you?
It was definitely a scramble. Just getting everybody comfortable with the idea of either using their own personal computer or one of the office laptops or something like that to do their work, and that they're going to be able to get stuff done this way. And, kind of working in tandem with our external IT people, and just, it was just phone call after phone call after phone call, and, text messages or emails, and just kind of trying to get people to understand how to do everything and get it all set up. So it was pretty chaotic the first probably like week and a half, because it took a while. We have 50 something people in the office. So it takes a while to get everybody set up. It wasn't all done in one day, but by about midway through the next week, everybody was online. And then there's that second wave of, hey, this doesn't work, or this isn't working anymore. And, kind of dealing with all that. So it was somewhat chaotic for a while there. And it's now, I think last week was the first week where it kind of just leveled out a little bit. In terms of working externally, I mean, our networks go down every once in a while, and that's always 50 emails of, hey, I can't connect. So
do you see a world where we don't have any tech issues for, I don't know, a whole week, and you're able to just concentrate solely on your projects?
No, because even when we were in the office, it was a daily thing to deal with. And, little things come up here and there all the time. And technology, as useful as it is, isn't perfect. And it goes down all the time, no matter what. So a lot of it can be user error or things that are dependent on updates that are pushed out by Microsoft or something like that. But inevitably, every week, there's going to be a handful of issues to deal with. So you just have that mindset, and it's not as bad.
Speaking of mindset, one of the things that came up in my discussion with Mike Fennessy about you, and I told him that I was going to be talking to you, was what a great attitude you have. Despite these challenges, you have a really good attitude. So what's your secret? How do you stay positive during this time?
I do a lot of running and exercise to kind of just get all that pent up energy out. But for the most part, I mean, that's just my personality. I'm pretty laid back and jokative when it comes to that stuff. There are times when things get frustrated, and just like anybody else, I let that out. But for the most part, I think it's just exercising and just kind of disconnecting yourself from what's going on in terms of, don't let things get personal. And if things are, people are rude or something like that, just let it go. So, yeah.
That's good. And how have you found it switching more to the project management side? How have you found it? Because you are a licensed architect, you have projects to run, and I'm interested how you have found that process has changed for you, if at all.
It's been actually really great. The people that are working with me right now have been immensely helpful. Being able to, when I am in a crunch where, we're shifting over technology or people are having a bunch of issues, I am able to push a lot of that over to them, and they step up and take over, which is really, really helpful. And it's kind of nice to have those dependable people to lean on, especially when it gets a little crazy. So it's definitely a different mindset. I am the type of person that's like, oh, it might be quicker if I just do it myself. But I've come to terms with kind of letting other people help me and taking a little off my plate so that I can deal with bigger issues. So it is nice.
So we're out of the office until May 6th at least right now. Isn't that so?
I think so. Yeah.
What do you think it's going to be like when we go back?
I don't know. It's definitely going to be different. I don't think it's going to just snap back to being like normal. I think there's going to be a lot of restrictions on us and not as much interaction as we usually had before all this happened. A lot of just stay at your desk, do your work, call people if you need to talk to them, which will have to be the new norm for a while, I guess. Yeah. And the one thing that's been kind of good about all this is it is forcing us to do a lot of these Zoom meetings, which can help with some of us who have to go to a million meetings a week. And, people realize, hey, this isn't so bad. This is a usable tool that we can have that won't, soak up 2 hours of your time for a 30-minute meeting, So I think there's some benefits that we'll take away from all this, but.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, man. And we thank you for all that you're doing to keep us productive. I mean, that's what these calls are all about, to try and check in with people and see how they're staying connected and productive. And what you're doing is behind all of that. So A big thanks to you.
Yeah, no problem.
And to our, you referenced them earlier. I want to do a shout out to J.I.T. Outsource. They are our, third party tech support company, and they do really well for us.
They do amazing. I can't say enough good stuff about all of them, and I definitely owe them donuts once we all get back to normal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, brother. It was great talking
Awesome.
to you. Have a great rest
Yeah.
of your week. Okay.
You too. Talk to you later.
All right, my man. Bye.
All right. Bye.
So, thank you for listening. We appreciate your time. We hope you're staying safe. I encourage you to subscribe, leave a comment. If you like these videos, if there's something you'd like to hear about specifically or a specific person you'd like to hear from, we love to hear that. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your week. This has been the Darden Check-In with Phil Dietz.